Hey Maddie. So it was literally recording in my whole touchscreen thing. I have a new touchscreen and it just crashed. Piece of garbage. So what I'm going to do, buddy, I'll show you kind of what I got. Basically, I did row operations and I came to this point. Okay, negative 1/3. 1 and 0. Like that, okay? So I just took that matrix, just did row operations, and I got this. So this is pretty much as far as we can go right now. And notice that, remember, these are the x's, these are the y's, and these are the z's, right? But we have 3 variables, but only 2 equations. And really, to kind of get nice answers, we need 3 variables with 3 equations, right? 2 variables, 2 equations, 3 variables, 3 equations, and so on. So what we can do at this point is kind of just pull out this information. So really what we have, this first equation, row 1, is saying x plus 1/3 y minus 1/3 z equals 1. And equation 2, or row 2, we basically have y minus 7/10, that's a 10 by the way, z, that equals 0. So at this point, you can see we have way too many variables, right? But we have a common variable here. We have z. This thing's like crashing again. We got z's. Okay, so we're going to work with that. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to rearrange this. I'm going to solve for x and y in terms of z. So here's what I mean. Let's do equation 2 first. We have y minus 7/10z. I want to get y by itself. So I'm going to add 7/10z to both sides. Okay, so this is gone right here. I'm left with y equals 7/10z. That's it. That's literally as far as we can take y, because we have this third variable, but we can't solve for it. So there's y. Okay? Still a solution, but that's all we can really do with that one. Let me erase all this, and we'll tackle x as well. Same deal with equation 1. We're just going to get x by itself as well. Okay? So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to subtract 1/3 y from both sides. I'm going to add 1/3 z to both sides. Okay, so that's gone. That's gone. I'm left with x equals 1 minus 1/3y plus 1/3z. And remember, we also learned from our previous encounter, recall that y equals 7/10z. Right? So we can kind of use that information now to take this one step further even. So let's call this 1 minus 1/3 times 7/10z plus 1/3 z. So we can take it from there. Let's multiply this out if you want. -1 times 7 is -7/30. Z. Remember, we're just doing top and bottom because there's no canceling to happen here. Plus 1/3 z. And we're rocking her right along. Let's combine like terms now. I'm going to call that 10/30 now, so I have a common denominator. So that's like 1 plus -7 plus 10 is 3/30 z. And I think we can reduce that fraction a little bit too. Might as well get classy, buddy. So let's divide top and bottom by 3. We'll divide the bottom by 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1z. And 30 divided by 3 is 10. So that's going to be our x value right there. X equals 1 plus 1/10z. Alright, so don't let that mess you up. A lot of fractions going on there. But when we have more variables in equations, we basically just pick the common variable. In this case, it's usually like always the rightmost variable, and put it in terms of that. Alright, buddy. Hope that helps you. If it doesn't, let me know.